Yasya Gananjana Salakaya Chakshmatamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapatam Yena Bhutale Swayam Bhagadamayam Dadanti Swam Dadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutabharakamanam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragatam Vitam Tam Shri Jivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Varijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaditam Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopikanta Radhakanta Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sutidevi Pranamani Nuriye Vanchakalpa Trubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvidhacha Patitanam Bhavane Vaishnavibhyo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namaste Sachi Puchamatra Sarupam Rupam Dashagrajam Guru Paramatorango Stavatam Radha Kundam Girivaram Horadika Manavayasam Prapto Yasha Pratita Kripaya Shri Guru Tanatosmi Gauravi Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tan Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Vande Guru Misha Bhakta Misha Misha Vitarkam Tad Prakasham Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Gododat Gusparantu Chitra Sandhu Tamam Anapitam Chiram Chirat Karunyavatana Kalu Samapaitam Natam Dvanam Rasam Shri Bhakti Shriyam Hari Parata Sundara Duti Kandamba Sandapita Saradandas Parata Vasachidandanam Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shakti Asmide Katmana Vapi Puri Deya Vedam Gato Tu Chaitanya Kyam Prakita Madhunana Chakyam Natyam Radha Bhavduti Savolatam Nome Krishna Sarupam Vairagya Vindini Jibhakti Yogam Sikshatameka Purusha Parana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Saliradhari Kripam Variyastamam Prabhaje Kalam Nastam Bhakti Yogam Nijam Ya Praduskatam Krishna Chaitanya Avibhuta Shabadadavinde Gadam Gadam Liyate Chitta Bringa Chaitanya Charanam Bhoja Vakandalayo Vijay Isham Prashadam Atrena Paramapyamo Bhavat Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Bhakta Nugraha Kataram Ena Kanapi Santastam Bhakta Tatina Sharaya Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Krishna Bhavam Vitamiyas Asvajas Vidayam Bhaktam Premi Diksham Sikshaya Chaitanya Charanam Bhoja Makandalayo Vijay Isham Prashadam Atrena Paramaya Puyamo Bhavan Pangam Lagayate Selam Kamavata Ekshitanta Kripatam Aham Vande Krishna Chaitanya Ishram Durgami Patimayanda Shaskala Parakatayamo Swakripayastidanena Shanta Shanta Valambanam Shri Rupshi Sanatanam Bhatta Raghuna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghuna Echai Guru Karanchana Vandana Yahweh Vighna Savistapara Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So last Thursday was Lord Nrsingadev's appearance day, and we will talk a bit about Lord Nrsingadev. But presently I'm reading Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and there's an extremely nice section which I wanted to repeat to you, share with you tonight. Very, very wonderful realizations by Sanatana Goswami. So let me give you some background. Brihad Bhagavatamrita was the first of the books written by the 6 Goswamis. Shri Rup, Shri Sanatana, Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala, Dasa Raghunath. Echai Guru Karan Charanandana, Yahoiti Dignana Savistapara. I have my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Jiva Goswami, by whose mercy all impediments on the path of devotional service can be removed. All impediments can be removed by their mercy. So this book, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, was actually written in, was the first of the books by the 6 Goswamis, 1520. And it relates to the story of Gop Kumar. Gop Kumar is a personality, and he's traveling throughout the material creation. Now, everyone has a constitutional position with Krishna. It's called Sthayi Bhav. Sthayi means permanent relationship with Krishna. Every living entity in the creation, not just you, every living entity has a particular relationship with Krishna. It's one of 5 relationships. What are those 5 relationships? Please don't all speak at once. A deafening roar. Let's try again. Let me start again. So there are 5 relationships with Krishna. Now everyone has one of those relationships. So what is the first one? Neutral relationship, Shanta Ras. And the next one is Dasya Ras, servant of Krishna. And the next one is Sakya Ras, friend of Krishna. The 4th one is Vatsalya Ras, parental. And the last one is Madhurya Ras, or sometimes called Sringara Ras, and that is conjugal. So Gop Kumar, he had a relationship with Krishna as a cowhead boy. He was a cowhead boy. He always dressed like a cowhead boy. He acted like a cowhead boy. And he was always thinking of Krishna as a cowhead boy. See? So it's interesting, he's now coming to Vaikuntha. Now, who is the predominating deity of Vaikuntha? Who's in charge of Vaikuntha? Mbeki? Mandela? Not Saddam Hussein. Who? Huh? Lord Vishnu, but more Narayan. Vishnu is the super soul, and he pervades the creation. Vishnu and Narayan, sort of same, but it's actually Narayan. And with Narayan is his consort. His consort is Lakshmi Narayan. So I'm going to read a section where Gopkumar finally sees Lord Narayan. And it's very interesting to read Lord Narayan's response. We're going to read, what is Lord Narayan, how does he react when he sees Gopkumar? Because we hear about how the devotee is supposed to serve the Lord, how the devotee is supposed to worship the Lord, how the devotee appreciates the Lord. But what about the Lord appreciating the devotee? We don't hear so much about this because we're not God. We hear it from the other end. So now we're going to read Sanatana Goswami's description of Lord Narayan's feelings when he sees Gopkumar. So Lord Narayan was sitting with his two consorts, Lakshmi and Dharana. And Narada Muni was dancing. Text 74. Sri Narada Muni's dancing and his expert singing and veena playing created clever entertainment that Lord Narayan and his two consorts, Rama and Dharani, sometimes laughed out aloud. Rama, with a long A, is another name of Lakshmi. Dharani is another one of Lord Narayan's consorts. So you got the picture. Lord Narayan, his consorts. Narada Muni is playing his veena and singing. To add to the special ecstasy of his devotees, whose hearts were fixed only on him, from time to time, Lord Narayan extended both his lotus feet as a way of offering himself. In this way, he exhibited his splendor. So apparently Lord Narayan would put forward his feet. Text 76, the fullness of ecstasy this sight brought on me made me forget what the attendants of the Lord had told me. I cried out again and again, O Gopal, O Gopal, my Lord and soul, my life and soul. And I ran forward to embrace the Lord. Now why is Gopkumar calling out Gopal, Gopal? Because his worshipful Lord is Madan Gopal, cowherd boy. So the attendants in Vaikuntha, they took him aside to one corner and they reprimanded him. They said, don't call Lord Narayan Gopal. It's not befitting. You know, Gopal is the name of some cowherd boy who plays around in the forest. This is Lord Narayan. Majestic Narayan with gold and opulence and Lakshmis and goddess of fortunes. Why do you embarrass him? Why do you even insult him by saying he's a cowherd boy? This is what the residents of Vaikuntha told him. So they told him all, you better not say the name Gopal. But when Gopkumar saw Lord Narayan, he couldn't control himself. And he simply called out, O Gopal, my life and soul, and ran forward to embrace the Lord. Some discerning attendants who were standing at the Lord's side held me back. So they held him back. And I was heartbroken. I cried out in helpless distress again and again, overcome by my own excessive love, and I fell unconscious in front of the Lord. So the attendants grabbed him and said, come back here, you mad person, come back. And then he cried, and then he fell on the ground unconscious. With some effort, those attendants lifted me up, and after some time I regained consciousness. I wiped away from my hands the flood of tears that blocked my sight, and with difficulty I finally opened my eyes. Then I heard the Lord, and this is Lord Narayan, the best of merciful persons, tell me in a deep and gentle voice, please come back to your senses, dear boy. Come here quickly. So now Lord Narayan is speaking to him. My dear boy, come back to your senses. Come here quickly. I then felt the highest limit of joy. I danced all around as if seized by madness, and I stumbled about. But with great endeavor, the Lord's servants calmed me down, and I awakened from that trance. So when Gopkumar, when he saw the Lord, he went into ecstasy. Now when he heard the Lord, he went into even more ecstasy. Seeing is ecstasy, hearing is even more, and when he touches the Lord, it's going to be even more ecstasy, and when he smells the Lord, even more ecstasy. So the assistants, the Vishnu dudes, they had to calm him down and say, now just cool down there, cool down. You're overdoing it. Just relax. All right, this is the one I wanted to read, text 81. The Supreme Lord said, Swagatam, Swagatam Vatsa, Dishya Dishyam Bhagam Mahi. Welcome, welcome, my dear boy. I am fortunate, most fortunate to meet you here. For so long I have been eager to see you. So this is Lord Narayan speaking. This is how Lord Narayan greets the living entity when he comes back to the spiritual world. And he says, Swagatam, Swagatam, which means, welcome, welcome, my dear boy. And then he says, I am very fortunate. I am most fortunate to meet you. For so long, I've been eager to see you. So it's not that the living entity is fortunate. Lord Narayan is saying, I'm the lucky person to get your darshan. Text 82. My dear friend, my dear friend, you have passed many lifetimes without paying any attention to me at all. So he said, for many millions and millions and millions of lifetimes, you've ignored me. This is Lord Narayan speaking, God. For so long, I had hope. For so long, hope had me dancing like a fool, thinking, perhaps in this lifetime, or this lifetime, or this lifetime, or this lifetime, he will finally turn his face towards me. But I could find no pretext on which to bring you to my abode, dear brother, and still follow the timeless laws that I have myself created. So Lord Narayan is saying, for so long, hope had me dancing like a fool, thinking, will it be in this lifetime that he's living in Phoenix? Will it be this lifetime that he's living in South Africa? Will it be this lifetime or this lifetime? When is he going to turn his face towards me? It's called un-mukha. Mukha means face. Un-mukha means to look at. Vimukha means to look away. Most people are looking away from God. You are all looking towards the Lord. Un-mukha. So Lord Narayan is saying, perhaps in this lifetime, or this, or this, or this, he will finally turn his face towards me. And then Lord Narayan says, but I could find no pretext on which to bring you to my abode, dear brother, and still follow the timeless laws that I have myself created. So, Lord Narayan, the Lord doesn't want to interfere with a living entity's independence. He could make all of us devotees, pure devotees. He could take us all back to the spiritual world. He could take every living entity in the universe back to the spiritual. But he wants to wait till we voluntarily turn our attention. So he doesn't want to interfere with the timeless laws that he himself has created. Dear boy, in that district of Govardhan, my most beloved abode, I myself became your guru, known by the name Jayanta. So Sanatana Goswami says here, the Supreme Lord interfered with Gopakumar's karma by making Gopakumar take birth at Govardhan Hill. So the Lord can interfere with your karma. It may be your karma that you never come in contact with a pure devotee. But the Lord, simply out of his mercy, can say, all right, I'm going to give some mercy to this particular person who's living on the north coast. I'm going to let this person come in contact with Lord Jagannath. I'm going to inspire them to go to the Rath Yatra festival. I'm going to inspire them to come to this Phoenix temple. I'm going to inspire them to come to Nrsingadeva's appearance day at the Radharanath temple. So that inspiration is coming from the Lord himself. So the Lord himself can inspire and he can interfere with your destiny. It may be your destiny that you don't get any mercy. But the Lord, being very kind, can give you that special mercy. So it's very interesting to read Lord Narayan's mood. He is saying, my dear Gopakumar, I am the fortunate one that you've come back to the spiritual world. I am blessed. For so long I was waiting. Birth after birth after birth. So from this we can understand the Lord Narayan, God himself, he has been waiting for all of you to turn your face towards him. And he's been waiting for birth after birth after birth after birth. Now in this particular birth, you are all practicing spiritual life. You are all practicing Krishna consciousness. Unmukha. Unmukha means you've turned your face towards the Lord. Like in your house, you all have the picture of Krishna, Radha and Krishna, all of you. You have the picture of Lord Chaitanya, the picture of Lord Nrsingadeva. His face is in your house. You look at it every day, respectfully. So actually you're very fortunate. And once you've started your practice of devotional service, the Lord will not let you go. He will not let you escape. Once you've started, and how do you start your practice of devotional service? By chanting. And even if that chanting is done by mistake, unintentionally, musical entertainment, or neglectfully, your spiritual life has started. Sanatana Goswami writes, in previous lives, Gopakumar had never chanted the name of Lord Narayan, even unintentionally or as a joke. Had he at least vibrated a shadow of the Lord's name, he could have been delivered like Ajahn. So your spiritual life starts when you chant Namabas. Sanketya Parihasanam Va Stobham Helam Evacha Vaikuntanama Grihanama Asheshaga Hari Vidu. That Namabas, you chant the name of God, even if you chant Sanketya indirectly. Sanketya means indirectly. Can you give me an example? Indirectly. It means you say the name of God without referring to God. Huh? What? Ravana killed Hyperama. Unintentionally. I bought a 1965 Mercedes from Mercedes Rama, and they cheated me. I only use Rama margarine. Whatever, indirectly. I got married to Krishna. And then we had a young daughter called Sita, and the other one was called Radha. And then she ran up with Shiva Govinda. Indirectly. It means, Chaitanya Charitamrita, referring to God, saying the name of God without referring to Him. So this is Sankecham, indirectly. If you say the name of God indirectly, you have started your spiritual life. You've started. Sankecham, parihasam. Parihasam means jokingly. Sometimes people see us chant. We go chanting in Phoenix or Vedam or something, and people laugh at us. They say, oh, there go the Hare Krishnas. They're mad. And they make a joke. So they say the name Krishna in jest, jokingly. Again, they don't really know it's the name of God and that it's sacred. So Sankecham, Parihasam, Stobham, musical entertainment. Musical entertainment. So this would be like Boy George. Or who else? When we used to go chanting in the old days, 1973, we used to go down to Piccadilly Circus on a Friday night, Saturday night, and there was a play called Hair. And at the end, they broke out in chanting Krishna's name. And the people used to come out of the theatre, and then they used to see us. And they used to think sometimes we were part of the theatrical performance. It went on for many years. It was a play called Hair. So Sankecham, Parihasana, Stobham, Halam. Halam means you say the name of God neglectfully. Neglectfully. Like the mother-in-law. She says, oh, my damn son-in-law, he's gone off to the Hare Krishna temple again. Can't wait to get hold of him. You know? Neglectfully. You say it neglectfully, disrespectfully. Or Ravana. You know, when Ravana is saying the name Ram, is he saying it with love and devotion? No, he's saying it with lust and commotion. He's saying it with anger. Kamsa. Kamsa is saying the name Krishna, Krishna. Is he saying it with love? No, he's saying it out of bhaya, fear. Because Krishna was supposed to kill him. So, Sankecham, Parihasanam, Stopam Helanam Evacha, Vaikuntha Nama Grihaname, Asesaga. Asesaga means unlimited sins. Unlimited sins are washed away. So your spiritual life starts when you start chanting the name of God, even indirectly. So in some previous life, all of you chanted the name Krishna, or you simply heard, even you don't have to say, simply you heard the name Krishna, Ram, Govinda, Narayan, in some previous life. And as a result of that, you are now sitting here at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at the feet of Prabhupada. And many of you are chanting consciously. You're not chanting indirectly. You know what you are doing. Every day you get your beads out and you're chanting 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 16 rounds. And you know why you're doing it. So actually you're very fortunate. Although we would be considered Kanishta Adhikaris, Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, even a Kanishta Adhikari is greatly fortunate because he's accepted the eternal form of God and he has faith in the deity. Sometimes our dealings with other devotees may not be so good. Sometimes we have politics, ups and downs, and this and that. And even sometimes we may have material desires. Still, we've accepted Krishna. We've accepted the eternal form of Krishna. We have faith in the deity, and these are the primary characteristics of a Kanishta. So we're basically like Kanishta devotees, which is quite something in this Kali Yuga. That's quite something. And from that we go on further. And when we come to the level of Sudha Bhakti, what is Sudha Bhakti? Pure. Then we become Madhyam. Madhyam is only when you come to Sudha Bhakti. Sudha Bhakti means Anyami Hasita Sunyam, Jnana Kamanana Avritam, Anukalena Krishnam, Silanam Bhakti-uttamam. This is the Parivasya verse of Bhakti Samhita Sindhu. It means you have no material desires. Can you say you have no material desires? Can you say that now? No, because you're attached to your husband and wife, children. And you have some material desires. Maybe not as strong as they were 1 year ago, 5 years ago, and 10 years ago, but still, we have some material desires. When those material desires go, then it's Sudha Bhakti. Sudha means pure. And then you're Madhyam, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, chapter 8, Jayavadana. So just to be a Kanishta is quite an achievement. Kanishta means we accept the eternal form of Krishna. We have faith in the deity. This is very wonderful. So, Lord Nrsimhadev, a wonderful incarnation of the Lord, I read today, funnily enough, there's 3 incarnations of Nrsimhadev. Now, Sanatana Goswami doesn't give any more information. He simply says the first one appeared well, one of them appeared as a cat, which is quite surprising. Because I read this before, but I never really knew about it. So it seems like one of these incarnations of Lord Nrsimhadev appeared as a cat. But there's no more information about it. But just because it's so unusual, I thought it might be better if I just read it, because other devotees may find it hard to believe. Lord Nrsimhadev also made several different appearances, as we know from such sources as the Brihat Sahasranama Stotra. One Nrsimhadev defeated all the celestial mothers, another ripped open Hiranyakashipu, and yet another assumed the form of an ordinary cat. Sanatana Goswami. It's not Parthasarati. So cat. Of course, we're more interested in this appearance of the Lord who appeared to protect his devotee, Prahlad. So the Lord actually loves his devotees. He has great affection for his devotees. And the Lord actually has more affection for his devotees than the devotees have for him. At least in Vaikuntha. So the Lord cannot tolerate to see his advanced devotees suffering. So Prahlad was being tortured. So the Lord appeared to protect him. Now the interesting thing is that Prahlad Maharaj, due to being a Mahabhagavat, he was seeing Lord Nrsimhadev everywhere. He was seeing him everywhere. Because the symptom of a Mahabhagavat is Stava, Jangami, Deki, Na Deki, Tari Murti. That a Mahabhagavat, he sees everything moving and non-moving. But Na Deki, what's that mean? Na, not, Deki, see. He doesn't exactly see their form. Na Deki Murti. Savatra, rather everywhere, he sees Nija Istadeva Spurti. He sees his worshipable deity. So who is the worshipable deity of Prahlad? Nrsimhadev. So when you have an intense love affair with the Lord, you see the Lord everywhere. Just like when a boy and girl fall in love with each other, then they see each other everywhere, isn't it? And they have to phone each other all the time. Am I correct? I know one example where one boy ended up phoning his fiancée in the course of 1 month 96 times. Now that's not unusual. Come on. 96 times. So that's more than 3 times a day. And then another devotee told me when his sister got married to a devotee, the phone bill for that month was 5,000 rands. It's like you've got to hear the voice, isn't it? The wife, the woman and the man, they got to hear each other's voice. And what do they talk about? I don't know. What can you talk about? I mean, you know, the weather, cricket, rugby, the bulls and the sharks. I don't know what they talk about. They probably don't talk about that. Oh, your voice sounds so nice. You also sound so nice. Can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. 5,000 rands in 1 month. I know this for a fact. And this is not unusual. This is not unusual at all. Not unusual at all. One time I was in Newcastle, someplace, and it was 9 o'clock at night, and I went outside in the veranda to chant some rounds. And I looked through the window, and there was one boy in the house. He was on the phone. So I was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. So I went on and on and on chanting. At 11:30, I was still chanting. I looked in the window. Same position, same boy, same phone. I knew it was his girlfriend. I knew it. So I asked the father, so when's he going to get married? And the father said, how did you know? 2.5 hours on the phone. You know, meanwhile I was like on my 25th round or something. You know, I mean, you can choose. You know, you want to talk with a girlfriend for 2.5 hours, or you want to have a conversation with Krishna for 2.5 hours, you know. So, even in the material world, we see that a young boy and a young girl, they become infatuated. They become hypnotized. Isn't it? It's like they can't function without each other. Now you multiply that many millions of times, you know. Or even you see the affection that a mother has for a child. Sometimes the young baby is so helpless. And the mother has so much affection and so much love. She's carrying the child around all the time. One of my disciples wrote to me recently. She just had a baby. And I told her that, you know, when you have a child, you're going to have a hard job doing 16 rounds. And she said, you know what you told me, it's completely true. And it's not that I don't have enough time. It's just I can't stop thinking of my baby. When I chant, I just can't stop thinking of the baby. That's all. I have the time, but I just can't stop thinking the child. So you multiply this millions of times, and you begin to understand the attachment that the devotee has for the Lord has for the devotee. That Prahlad has for Nrsimhadev, Nrsimhadev has for Prahlad. That Prabhupada has for Krishna, that Krishna has for Prabhupada. You know, it's very wonderful. It's like a very intimate, ever-fresh love affair. And the love affair that you have with Krishna, you know, it gets better and better and better every day. And the love affair you have with your wife or husband, it doesn't get better every day. It gets worse every day. Am I correct? Like, if we go back to that person who phoned his girlfriend 96 times in 1 month, he doesn't do it now. And that one devotee, you know, 5,000 rands telephone bill, not anymore. No way. Sometimes they try to avoid picking up the phone. You know, like when the phone comes on, you know it's coming from the wife or the husband. So you just sort of press the button and put it on, what is it? Voicemail. So you don't have to answer it. You know? So in the material world, these so-called relationships, they deteriorate. They go down. They become a little saturated. Of course, we continue as husband and wife out of duty. And the mother continues out of duty looking after the children. There's duty also. But there's a big difference between love and duty. What most of you are doing is your duty. But we're talking about spontaneous love affair with the Lord. So one can have this with Lord Narayan, but even more you have it with Krishna in Vrindavan. So this is what we have in store. If we continue practicing Krishna consciousness, we can all come to this stage. Although you may be struggling a little bit now, and things may not be so smooth, and things may not be so spontaneous, don't worry. Continue. Tateinu kampam shamasik shamanam. That you simply tolerate the problems. Tolerate the problems from your past reactions. Continue worshipping the Lord with your body, mind and words. And liberation, mukti pada sadaya bhak, will be your heritage. You will inherit this. You will naturally inherit Krishna prema. And, you know, as I mentioned, all of you, you've already started. Don't think you started in this lifetime. You started in previous lifetime. You're already, you know, some way down the road of the path of bhakti. You have some way to go. But Krishna, he's not going to let you go. You turn towards him, he appreciates this, and he will organize, he will arrange things in such a way that you will carry on with your devotion. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Question 1. Please explain what is space. Who controls it? How does this material planet is moving? Outer of space. Space in the Vedas is described as ether. Burmia Paunala Vaya Kammana Buddha. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Ether means space. You take up a space. So ether or space is more subtle than air. Sound waves travel through air. But sound doesn't travel through ether, space. So it's a material element. Beyond earth, water, fire, air, ether is mind, then intelligence, and then false ego. And then beyond false ego is what? The soul. So we're not the body. We're not earth, water, fire, air, ether. Are we the mind? Are we the intelligence? Are we the false ego? Sometimes we think we are false ego, but actually we're not false ego, we're the soul. Why did Karna want to kill Arjuna? These are pastimes of Krishna. Why did Kamsa want to kill Krishna? Why did Sisyupa want to kill Krishna? Why did Dantavakra want to kill Krishna? Why did Ravana want to kill Ram? Why did Hiranyaksha want to kill Lord Varaha? These are pastimes of the Lord. So this is a wonderful pastime, the Mahabharata, where Karna became the enemy. And Karna's only one problem was he got bad association. Who was Karna associating with? Duryodhana. And Duryodhana was bad association. And Duryodhana had one fault. What was that one fault? He was envious of the Vaishnavas. And because he was envious of the Vaishnavas, the 5 Pandavas, he was finished. Apart from that, he was a good king. Karna used to give in charity. You know this? Karna gave in charity. He was very righteous. He never told a lie. He was a proper Kshatriya. But Karna, like Duryodhana, was envious of the 5 Pandavas. So therefore he was vanquished. So what is this envy? Envy is called Matsaya. Matsaya. Matsaya means the inability to tolerate the superiority of another person. That's envy. Envy means there is someone who is superior to you and you cannot tolerate their existence. They're better than you, but you won't admit it. It's called envy. So the original sin is envy of God himself. Envy of Krishna, and envy of Krishna necessitates automatically envy of his energy. And we are the living entities, and we are the energy of God. Is it not? So envy of the living entities, it starts with envy of Krishna, and then it goes to the envy of the Lord's expansions, and we are the separated expansions of Krishna, the living entities. Question 3. Chanting aloud or slow, does it in any way make any difference? Sanatana Goswami has again addressed this in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and there he says, for general devotees, which means all of us, chanting out aloud, kirtanam, is superior than smaranam. Smaranam means remembrance. It's superior. Because what is our remembrance? It's not very deep. We can't remember the Lord's personality, his pastimes. If we remember anything, we remember God is great, I am small. We don't really remember what the Lord looks like, what he's wearing, his entourage, what he's speaking, his pastimes. That's a more deeper type of smaranam. So if you're on that level, then you can do smaranam remembrance. But for most of us, better we chant out aloud. And that benefits not only us, but those around us. All you have to do is hear the name Krishna once, and your devotion has started. So if you chant out aloud, and your family members who are against, or your mother-in-law who is against, hears, she's benefited. You understand? So to chant slowly, you should pronounce each word, and Prabhupada has given the ideal time, 16 rounds, 2 hours, more or less. You may take a little longer, or you may go a little faster, but more or less 2 hours. Can someone chant the name of Narayan and be considered a devotee of Lord Krishna and go back home in this lifetime. You can chant any name of God, but because Krishna is the original Swayam Prakash, this word Swayam Prakash means the original Godhead. And Krishna includes all the lesser expansions. Krishna's name also includes all the other names of God. So to chant Krishna's name, you'll get more benefit than chanting Narayan's name. But like Ajamil, you can chant the name Narayan and you can go to Vaikuntha. Is astrology important? The problem with astrology is that it's a science, but just like any science, you have to get someone who's expert in interpreting it. Astrology means interpretation. And to find such a person is very difficult. Such people don't exist in South Africa. You won't get someone good at astrology living in Phoenix. In India, there's a few, only a few. And they can maybe get something right, or they may not get something right. Because Krishna can change your karma. If you're a devotee, Krishna can change your karma. But the problem with astrology is that if you get too much involved in it, you put more faith in astrology than you put in God. Now, is that favorable? It's not favorable. You know, like astrology teaches that if you're going to start a journey, you should start it on an auspicious time. So you've got to check your chart, and you're going to get in the car, and you're going to come to the Phoenix Temple. So you've got to find out an auspicious time. Right? Now, what if there's no auspicious time? You don't come to the temple? Or you come late? Or you come 5 hours early? Then there's an auspicious time for eating. Auspicious time for going home. So you've got to consult your chart and find out, well, I should go home at 9:23 p.m. exactly. It gets a little bewildering. Everything, there's an auspicious time to start, auspicious time to finish. When do you start your journey? I'm going to India. So you consult the astrologers to find out the auspicious time. But if we just take Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, and then we just accept whatever happens as the arrangement of the Lord. So it's a lot easier, isn't it? It's just a lot easier just to accept, all right, Krishna, you want me to have a car accident, or you want me to miss the flight, or all right, whatever you want, I will accept. So when you get too much involved in astrology, it's not favorable for Shraddha or faith in Krishna. In the end, you put more faith in astrology itself. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was an expert astrologist, but he gave it all up. And he got initiated to Srila Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj. He gave it all up. So we can take from that it's not that important. We don't place too much emphasis on astrology. What is the difference between God and the soul? The soul in Sanskrit is called Jiva or Atma. And God is called Paramatma, Supreme Soul. So you have the Supreme Soul and individual soul. So one is great and one is very small. So that's the difference. One time Prabhupada was asked, what is spiritual life? And Prabhupada answered, God is great, I am very small, the rest is detail. That's all there is to spiritual life. God is great, I am very small, the rest is detail. When is the Phoenix Rath Yatra? (11th, 12th, and 13th of July. Can anybody read the Srimad Bhagavatam? Well, if you know how to read English, and you have a copy, at first, you have to go to school and learn how to read English. Secondly, you need a copy. Thirdly, you need to sit down, open the book, and actually go through the activity of trying to read it. So, we're inviting everyone to make their offerings for Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja book will be coming out shortly. And if anyone would like to write an offering, please write and give it to. Or the book table. Give it to Sri Book Table. Now a lot of you may think, I can't write anything. I never passed Standard 5. I can't even spell properly. But try writing something. Someone else can edit it. You can write some poem. Because I know our Indian devotees aren't very prolific writers, but you can try. Express your appreciation for Prabhupada. Write something. I wrote my offering the other day. So write something in appreciation of Prabhupada. How Prabhupada has changed your life. That's a very practical thing. And don't be afraid that people will laugh at it. But write something, and then it can be included in this Vyasa Puja book. That'll be very nice. Any other questions? Anyone like to ask? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Short kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ramo